Hey, what is up? Hello, everybody. It's Miss Azoya to you, of course. I hope you guys are having a blessed day. So this is episode 2 of this strip snippet. Pardon the French, but I think YouTube is making YouTube thingies. So I'm still getting the hang of it. Yeah. But to just give uh, a little previously on, based on the last episode, I was talking about Superman, when solar power equals to melanin in the sun. Superman throws his power from the sun, a poetic death of melanin's real functioning suit. Melanin is solar technology in the body. It absorbs sunlight, converts it into light force, vitamin D, yes, but energetically much more. Melanin, rich people, Africans originally, are not only sun tolerant, we are sun powered. So when they say Superman speak without the sun, they're describing the non-melanated body. But when they say he's nearly invincible, when charged by the sun, they're telling our story through him. Superman is a projection of the black soul of the being, but with the face of the planet. So that was what my last video was about, the first episode. And now to just continue or add on that, um, is now I'm going to talk about the fact that we never had gods in Africa, even though now the colonizers do every other race when they talk about the history of Africa, they always claim that we had gods in Africa, or we had plenty of gods, we never had gods, we had deities. We were the gods in a land, in a country, in a continent, which that's not what they call it because Africa was never a continent, it was a country with plenty of cities. But nonetheless, um, we were gods in a land where gods never existed, but we had deities like Oshun, Shango, and there's plenty more, which I'm not going to name. Uh, but yes, Africans didn't worship gods in the Western, distant, or patriarchal sense. We revered ancestors, nature's spirits, forces of nature, interdimensional beings. But the most important thing is we saw ourselves in them. We didn't need to beg to be saved. We learned to align with power. And now, the thing is, Africans never actually worshipped nothing. We praised a lot, but we never worshipped. We honored our ancestors. We honored the deities. We honored the universe. We honored Mother Nature. We honored a lot of things. We praised a lot of things. We were grateful. We showed that we were grateful. We were thankful for a lot of things. We were interconnected with everything that lives. The universe, Mother Nature, the waters, all the elements, and etc., the animals, and all of that. But we never worshipped. Because worshipping is devoting, and devoting, what is devoting? It is submitting yourself. What is to submit? To submit is to give away your power so that someone else or something else can feel powerful. But we never gave away our power. We never needed to give away our power. We never needed to. We were gods. We were powerful. Um, but so when Marvel casts Thor, the god of thunder, as a white man wielding lightning, it sort of, well, not sort of, it literally raises the rainmakers of Africa, the storm callers, the priestesses, the high priestesses or the priestesses of the sky. These weren't gods, they were us in tune with the electric rhythm of creation. And then there's the flip, which which is all about speed, friction, and phase walking. Flash is a myth that comes from a certain truth. Facts, African shamans, rainmakers, and initiates speak of turning invisible or camouflaging with the spirit, traveling without moving, phasing through dimensions. Western science writes this off as impossible, but quantum African spirituality or aging the body is not solid. It's a vibrational friction, and speed does not bend. Speed does bend space if you are not in spirit. So when you speak of the flash, you are naming the African possibility. Speed equals frequency, and frequency equals vibration. Vibrations equals power. This is past the laws of this illusion because initially we are living in an illusion. Reality is an illusion. But okay, um, continue on what I was saying. We are stardust and electric beings. We are electrical beings. And melanin is cosmic, made from the same elements found in stardust. Our bones, our hair, our skin, our blood, they carry cosmic codes. Our ancestors taught that our origin is the stars from Amber, Cosmos, not Eden, which is, well, origin is from the stars, the stars, which is why we are called Abandonabinaga, because the stardust literally is stardust, is dust from Ilaga. So that's why we call ourselves, or our ancestors have always called themselves Abandonabinaga. Um, So that is also why our rituals, dances, and prayers always aimed up, not down. We don't need salvation, we need activation. And basically, what this is trying to say is we believed in aligning of the stars, the universe, the laws of the universe, which now they wrote in their religious or scriptural text that reading those types of things is wrong. The only thing that should guide you is the Bible. But honestly, the truth as Black people is within our soul. It's in our DNA. We don't need a book to guide us in this life. The only guidance that we need is excuse me, in order for any of us to be able to tap in and lock in, we need to go within, not seek anything externally. So Marvel, DC, and the rebranded prophecy, all these characters, Superman, Thor, Flash, Scarlet Witch, Storm, are stolen blueprints. Storm from X-Men is literally a rebranded African rain priestess. Scarlet Witch Scarlet Witch is a distorted version of women who can read and weave fate. Doctor Strange is just a herbalist or diviner with white robes and CGI. I mean, they tuned African divinity into white superhero fiction to make you admire your stolen power but never recognize yourself in it. That's why they call it friction, because they want to keep you asleep. They want you to keep, because they portray it in all these movies. They make you see it. It's like, ah. And all of us, for the longest time, a lot of us always believed that that was impossible, that couldn't be true, because they wanted us to believe that. Because if you can actually believe that those characters and all those powers and all those things are unreal and that they're not actually true and that that is impossible, then it keeps you limited. It keeps you limited. That's why they give you a book, whether it's a Quran or Bible, and even the churches, the mosques, the temples, the cathedrals, they all tell you that you were born broken, you were born a sin, you are. So because they tell you that you're born broken, you don't, everything about you is going to be limited because you believe you don't have the power, but some invisible man in the sky has the power. So if you want anything, you have to go on your knees. And yet, in the very same Bible, they literally put it there in scripture over to you. Jesus literally has said so many times that, did I not tell you that ye are gods? And a lot of people just overlook that. Now, when Kanye West or Morgan Freeman, when people see Kanye West and Morgan Freeman saying that they are gods, everyone's like, no, you can't say that. That's blasphemy. That's blasphemy. That's blasphemy. No, it's not. They're owning their power. So when Morgan Freeman kept reciting the fact that um, I am the master of my own fate, I am the captain of my soul, it wasn't wrong. When Morgan Freeman said, and that when there was this person who asked him, do you believe in God? And he was like, well, if you take God out of religion, then yes, I do believe in God because I am God. God is me. God and I are one, of which he's not wrong. They say, me, you are God. God and you are one. God is you. You are God. So the minute you start living up to your potential and stop looking for God up there because God is within you, you are God. All you need to do is remember yourself. Remember yourself. Go back to self. But anyway, as lovely as this one was a bit too long. But thank you for those that are listening and those that are yet to listen. And yes, man, have yourselves a good day. And from me to you, since today's all to you, and you gorgeous people, you gorgeous people, have yourself a good time. And oh well, remember that you are God. Remember that you are God. Remember yourself. Go back to stuff. Thank you very much. Thank you for your once. Peace out.